This is Hector of the Transformers Unite Warriors Baldigus box set, and I'm going to call him from this point forward RID Ro-Tor because that's the way I know him. So he is, once again, just the same helicopter that is Alpha Bravo, which was also turned into Vortex, which is nothing more than just a repaint of that figure, with a little bit of some retooling going on here for the propeller blades. Instead of having 2, he now has 4. He's also got that upside down G2 Autobot logo, making him evil, I suppose. And there's one on this side as well. A nice paintwork for what it is. We got some nice metallic, very light purplish silver base color, which is pretty nice. We do have some red here in the striping to recreate some of the color scheme from the actual RID character himself. Not much else to really say about this, but I do like the fact that QC it's really being played here, as we do have some very nice spinning propeller blades that seem to be pretty tight on this figure and not loose and wobbly as it was with the other 2 figures of this mold. So let's go ahead and do some side-by-side comparisons with the previous mold figure of this. So here is none other than Vortex from the Baldigus set, and as you can see, nice color scheme for what he has to offer, but he only has 2 propeller blades, and once again, this one's been retooled to have 4, which makes sense for the character. So there we got that. And let's bring in the old one himself. So here is the Universe 2003/2004 repaint. So there's Ro-Tor from what he used to be. Good side by side in the scale. Here's a look at the back. And here's a look at the other side, and as you can see, times have been very kind to this figure. So, yeah, not much else to really say about this one, so let's go ahead and transform him into his robot mode and see where he pops. Alright, so here's Ro-Tor in his robot mode, and just like Alpha Bravo and Vortex, there's not much of a difference going on here, minus the color scheme. Outside of the propeller blades being really the only thing that's retooled, I believe that's really it. I do have one little QC problem with my figure here. Well, actually, hold on one second. I might be wrong about this, but let me go ahead and test that theory just to make sure. Okay, I was wrong about it. I don't know if you noticed when you were first looking at this figure here in this robot mode, one leg looked longer than the other. It was because it was mistransformed. I didn't have the legs properly connected together. Let's take a good look at Ro-Tor in this robot mode here. And yep, just like his RID counterpart off the cartoon, the colors are pretty spiffy. Very accurate. I like it a lot. The only thing that I really wish that Takara did instead of with these upside down Autobot logos here, I really wish they went out with the Decepticon logos, just because, I mean, these are Decepticons technically, so, you know, it is what it is, but I mean, come on now. Whatever. Anyway, not much else to really say about this figure, so let's just go ahead and go through a little more of the specifics, like the articulation, for instance. So, we do have a ball-jointed head. You do get all the range of play you so want. We do have ball-jointed shoulders. We do have an upper elbow swivel joint. And then we do have the single-hinged elbow joint, which is on a very nice ratcheting system. Gets 90 degrees pose. Nothing at the wrist. There's a little bit of some waist rotation, but that's due to transformation, and really it locks into place, and you're not really supposed to mess with it at all. You got ball jointed legs with this much forward, this much back. You do have a little bit of some play here. Actually, you get all play, so you can get your JCVD pose if you want. You do have a thigh swivel cut. We do have a single hinge knee joint, which does get 90 degrees. And then there's a hinge joint for up and down movement at the feet due to transformation. So you do get a fair share of articulation to get this figure in some really dynamic poses if you want. Let's go ahead and do some side-by-side comparisons with Vortex. So there he is, and you can see the difference in the color scheme between these two. And let's bring in the old-timer himself. So here is the Universe Ro-Tor figure, once again, in his dinky little robot mode. But again, it was the time, so, you know, it wasn't really the size of the figure that counts, it's how you played with them. That didn't sound inappropriate at all, now did it? So, there you got that. Not much else to say, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of his accessories. Here is his weapons. So, we've got a big red blaster, and we've got this gunmetal gray blaster, which I like to put this one in his right hand. There's only one more thing to take a look at, and that is his left hand for Baldigus, or Ruination as I like to call him. So looks pretty nice. I love these new sculpted hand pieces. It's a lot better than what we had to offer, or what Hasbro had to offer to us for their Combiner Wars series. These are what should have been, just wasn't until now. So thank you Takara for that. And not much else to say, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this video review a close here. So if you have any questions or comments, you know what to do. Hit it down below in the comment section of this video. And until the next video review, this is Keem Red's Power signing off, saying thank you very much for watching.